I'm Gabriella.
Nice to meet you, Gabriella.
Great, yeah, me too. So, please step into my office.
Okay.
And before we start, I was just wondering, is it okay that we record this session?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. So, how was the drive here? I know sometimes it's a little tricky, so how did you feel about it?
Yeah, I didn't get lost at all. There was an accident though, but luckily it didn't slow me down too much. I still had enough time to get here on time. I didn't want to waste your time or anything. So
that's
no,
so
I
sweet. Yeah.
got here okay. So thanks for asking.
Yeah, of course. And were you able to get all the paperwork that I sent over? Did you look over that?
Yeah, I did actually.
Okay.
I just signed it before coming here.
Okay, awesome. I'm so glad. Sometimes clients forget that, and that's totally okay.
Yeah.
Paperwork can be a little messy. Just, oof.
Yeah. I don't have any questions as of right now, but if I do have any along the way, I'll ask you. Of
Yeah,
course.
please do. Always feel free to ask questions.
Thank you.
So, what brings you to therapy today?
Ooh, well, I've never really liked the idea of therapy. I did go to therapy before in my past, but it was hard for me to find somebody that I really felt open enough to talk with and share my life with. But I've just been having some problems at home and balancing my work, home life, school. I'm doing all these different things and just balancing it can get really exhausting. But recently my 5-year-old has been acting out and he's been just causing problems around the house, saying no, being defiant, getting in trouble at school, and that's really caused my relationship with his dad to just, it feels like there's more arguing in the house in front of him, which I think is negatively impacting him more, and it's kind of this cycle that I feel like is we're spiraling kind of.
Yeah. So I hear you kind of saying it's almost like this cycle of I'm stressed, my kid's being defiant, and then when me and my husband try to talk about it, or when his dad tries to talk about it with you, it just kind of, you guys get mad, and then he sees that, and then it just...
Yeah, and I'm worried that we're causing this. I'm worried that him seeing this conflict at home is making him act out, and I'm messing him up or something. I'm not sure which one started first, really. It just seems like it all happened really fast, so I really want to try to fix it before he gets a lot older and gets in more serious trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel confused and drained, and trying to balance that with everything else I'm supposed to be doing is I feel really short-tempered at home.
You know, it sounds like you're a very critical thinker and just very compassionate, because you're talking about how yours of the impact you're going to have on your kid, which I think is so amazing that you're even just looking at it from that lens.
Thank you. I appreciate that, because sometimes I feel you're only thinking of yourself, you're thinking about what you need to get done and your relationship and how, this is making you look, and sometimes, it's nice to hear that someone actually sees it that way. So
yeah.
I appreciate that.
No, it's important. So when your son wasn't as defiant, or just it was a little calmer, what kind of bonded you guys? What was your guys's?
Me and my son,
yeah.
Or me and my husband? Me and my son?
Yeah, you and your son, or even the three of you.
Me and my son, we really he likes playing with his Hot Wheels, his little race cars. I would take him to the park every day whenever I had free time after classes or after work. And his dad would come with us if he wasn't working, so that's something we would all do together. But me and his dad this kind of the only time we spend together anymore is with our son, just because we don't have a whole lot of time to ourselves.
So it sounds too, you guys want to establish your own relationship a little more than just when it's just the three of you, right?
Yeah, it feels like we've grown apart, which I think has caused more tension in the house. We don't have a whole lot of happy recent memories or things that we do together to make us feel closer.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad.
What kind of importance do you think that relationship has on your whole home life, school life, and relationship with your kid? How do you think that affects it?
I think it makes things really difficult. I think it's making everything harder. It's making me feel tired. It's making my relationship with my son suffer. My relationship with him is suffering. Their relationship is suffering. That's another thing that makes me sad, is seeing like him and his dad not really bond that much anymore. It's making it hard for me to focus at work, at school. It's making it hard for me to like have these, fun times with my son that he deserves.
Yeah.
Because we're just arguing and we're fighting about him, and I don't want him to think that he's the reason we're fighting too, especially.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about maybe trying to find a counselor for all of us or for my son. I'm just trying to find some different outlets, because what we're doing right now isn't working.
Yeah, you see, you have a lot on your plate right now. Like, this isn't something that, oh, it's easy, just this and that. No, you are balancing a lot, and I think that is so amazing of you. Just like, I want you to take a minute and just think about all your accomplishments you've been making. Like, you are in school right now. What are you in school for right now?
I'm in school for social work.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
I want to work with
awesome.
kids.
Oh, I love that. So like you're trying to get your like social working thing going, and you're trying to run a house. You're like, I just want you to think of all those things that you are accomplishing at this moment, even though it
Yeah,
feels
that's true.
even though it feels like there's so much on your plate and you can't eat it all. But just like, if you weren't strong, you wouldn't have made it to this point. And that tells me how strong and hardworking you are, that you have made it to this point. And
Yeah, that's true. That's a good way to look at it, actually.
yeah, it's really commendable of you. Just and you know, talking on that subject, what do you think are your strengths in your guys' relationship, whether it's between you and your son, or you and his father, or just
Some of my strengths, I think, are that I really prioritize family. I feel I'm open with my communication, and I'm a hard worker at home and in school and at work. I take on a lot, which that can kind of end up hurting me in the end. But I'm driven, I'm determined, and I just love my family. Like, they're the most important thing to me. Yeah.
so I hear you saying that family value is like your core, like that is
Yeah, that is that is most dear to me, for sure.
yeah. I love seeing that in my clients when they're so family driven. I think that is so just beautiful to see that love, because that shows me that there's a lot of love and kindness just in you, which is amazing. You know,
Yeah.
if things could go, like in a perfect world, how would you like the outcome of this to be? How would you like the relationship between you three to just kind of be, and even just you and your kid's father? How would you like that to be?
Well, thank you for asking, because I think about it a lot. Daydreaming of like what my perfect life would be. Basically going to school and work for a few hours a day, getting to go home, pick up my son, see him, laugh, play, take him to the park, having my husband calling, saying how he misses us and wants to come and see us, want to be there, and for them to bond, and for us all to be out doing activities together, to see them really like enjoying each other and just having that connection again. Having enough time on weekends or after work hours to like maybe go on a date once in a while, like have that kind of like spark back in our relationship, and then have our son feel like he's in a loving home, have him know how to regulate his emotions, and I just feel like there's a reason he's acting out. Like, there's got to be a reason for it. So in a perfect world, I guess, yeah, I would be able to balance all of them and succeed in all areas, I guess.
Yeah, No, that makes sense. So like, because you're dealing with homework stuff, you're dealing with your work life right now, you're dealing with your home, and I think people don't realize everything that goes into building a home and having this.
Right? It's a
like,
very kind of underestimated, taken for granted kind of a thing, I feel
yeah.
like.
No, it really is, and I think that's really amazing of you to just have all of that.
Thank
And
you.
just yeah, and then with your son acting out, and then you feel like the relationship between his dad and him, and then his dad and you. There's a lot of relationship balancing that you're trying to juggle, and
Yeah,
I could
definitely.
see why that would be so difficult, and
Yeah.
just that's really difficult, and I think it's really brave of you to even come to therapy, and thank you for sharing how you feel with me. I know sometimes with a stranger it feels a little scary.
Yeah, it can be. It can be scary, but it's actually been easy talking to you and telling you about it. So I feel like there's just kind of a weight off my chest already.
Oh,
So
I'm
thank
so
you.
glad. Of course, I believe that's our time for today. But I would love to see you next week with your availability and your schedule, and talk more about this.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. I'll make sure I schedule an appointment as soon as I get back out to the front.
Okay, awesome. It was so nice to meet you again,
You
Brianna.
too. Thank you. Have
Of
a good
course,
day.
thank you.